My name is Ville Norra. I'm from Finland, representing a company called Quuppa. My subject is location-based services and applications, and that's of course a pretty large area. So I mean, basically, if you're using a mobile phone in a cellular network, that already is a location-based service. So I'm not going to cover everything under that, but I'm going to focus on indoor positioning and most specifically on accurate real-time indoor positioning. And why is that? It's because that's what we do at Quuppa. So we are a technology company, and we have this technology platform that provides accurate real-time indoor positioning. A few words about Quuppa first. The company was founded 4 years ago, so basically you could say that we're a startup, but the technology itself has been developed at Nokia Research Center since 2005, and actually it dates back to the late 90s when the guys who founded this company were doing their master thesis in Helsinki University of Technology. So we have come a long way. And now we have a ready-made product, and so it's mature product with software, hardware, and professional services, and so forth. So we're pretty far from being a startup or being a concept. So everything is proven, and we have customers all around the world at the moment. And and there you can see the evolution of our hardware. From the early prototypes were made out of wood, and then in the right you can see the ready-made product, which is this. So this is a part of our technology. So this is what we call a locator. And now I'm going to tell you just because when I'm talking about indoor positioning, people start to think about iBeacons and Wi-Fi based systems, and I'm going to tell you just a little shortly about the technology, because there is a huge difference between these two. Basically, if you put an iBeacon up there, it can tell you that, yeah, you might be in this room, because it basically creates a bubble around. And if you are in that bubble, that iBeacon basically knows, or your device knows that, yeah, you are in the bubble. Our system, this locator that we call it, it measures angles of the radio signals, and that radio signal is sent by a tag. So basically, between this tag and the locator, there comes, you could think of it as a laser beam in a space. And when that beam hits the floor, there becomes a dot, and that dot is a position. So if an iBeacon can tell you that, okay, you are in this room, our system can tell you on which chair you are sitting here. So that's the accuracy. So basically, what I'm hoping that this presentation will give you is give you some kind of like trigger ideas and your imagination, what you could do with that kind of positioning information. Now, of course, you should have the tag in our system, but that tag doesn't have to be a physical object like that. It can be, the form factor can be anything, and since we're using Bluetooth low energy radio, here is a tag. It's a standard iPhone or Android device you can use. So basically the tag can be an application running in your smartphone. And we can track those smartphones with the same accuracy, so we can tell you on which chair you are sitting here. Our business model, shortly about that. So we are a technology provider. We give you the dot on the map. We're not that interested what that dot is, but we have our partners who are basically developing that those business intelligence for the different kind of verticals, being it retail or sports or security applications, healthcare, IoT, farming, whatever. I mean, we have been, the dot can be a cow, or it can be a customer in a shop, or it can be a hockey player in a field, whatever. But we have the same technology for everybody, and we are working closely together with our partners who are developing the intelligent applications on top of our technology. So to summarize, so we have a technology platform for solutions and applications that require or really can benefit from the accurate and reliable positioning. I'm going to show you a couple of use case examples so you get a better idea of what our system can do. I'm going to start, because we're talking about marketing today, I'm going to start the obvious one, which is retail. So basically what we do in retail stores, we install these, either we have these tags installed in the shopping carts or the baskets, so we can follow the paths that the shopper takes inside the store, and we can collect analytics and make some customer behavior analysis about that. And also, of course, trigger some location-based advertising or promotions or coupons. And then we can tell you, we can get the path inside the store, how many minutes you spent in a certain area, how many minutes you waited in a queue, did you stop or did you not stop in front of a promotion, and so forth. And then when you get to the cash register, we get the receipt, and we can combine this receipt with the path. So we can really tell you, okay, you walked this path and you bought these things, and there it comes, the analytics. And then if you are running, for example, a loyalty program application in your phone, we can track that phone and give you location-based promotions and advertising. Some live view video. So this is basically what we do. This is our own demo system near our office in Helsinki. And there's the guy. I think I know him. He's pulling the basket there, and that's what we provide, the dot on the map. And then comes our customer, who brings some business intelligence and analytics on top of these things. So you can get the heat maps and everything. I'm not a specialized into retail business intelligence, but these guys are. So and then of course when you are in the store, you're walking to a certain area, you get the message to your phone, and okay, this coffee that you actually bought last week is now here's a special offer for you, and you get it. So that's about retail. So the next example I'm going to show you is about sports. It's not directly linked to marketing as such, but sports is a good example because it really can tell you and show you the possibilities of our technology. So in sports we are tracking, because we are tracking, okay, moving things. There are a lot of moving things in sports, players, balls, hockey pucks, and so forth. And we can track them all in real time, and we can have sort of like, the analytics and all the performance tracking and game analysis from each player. And let's go to the video again. So the first example, this is hockey. So we're tracking the hockey players, all the players and the puck and the referees in real time, and we get all the statistics, time on ice, on which zone each player was spending. We have the speed of the puck, we even have the heart rates of the players. Everything is tracked in real time, so you can really start building things on top of that. Of course, you get the analytics, but then you can, one of our customers in Finland is the national betting company, and they are doing like real-time betting. So you're not betting just who won the game, but you can bet who had the fastest shot in the first quarter of the first period. So really like on-time betting like this. And this is an actual hockey game in Finland almost 2 years ago that we were doing. And we can do this. Here is a demonstration we're following. This is an automated camera which is following the puck. The puck is the red one there. And also the graphic layers on top of that image, they are produced on real time. So basically that graphic or the shadow underneath the player, that's the dot on the map, and it's just kind of like printed on top of that. So then there are games that are more three-dimensional. So we can track also in 3 dimensions. In this case, this is handball. So we have the tag in the ball, and we have the tags on the players, and we can, in real time, track all of these. Again, you can probably imagine what kind of games or promotions you could make with this kind of system. Another example of the 3D tracking, so this is basketball, which is a very three-dimensional game. Then we can scale this up. So we're tracking golf balls. We have the tag in the golf ball, and we're drawing the curves in real time, the 3D curves. Again, you can think about to make analysis. So this is basically just our demonstrations. It's not a live system. Scale it even more up. This is 1.5 kilometers track, Nordic skiing sprint track, and we're tracking the skiers and getting again all the analytics and everything that is happening during that race. Then in the other end of the scale, if you go down, this is our own demonstration. We did table hockey with just one of these our locators. And when you go to this scale, yes, we can put the tags on the players, the same tags as the real players have, and we have the tag in the puck, and we can track it with even down to a few centimeters, the accuracy. So this could be a promotion for that Stiga who manufactures these games. And you can see in there the real-time tracking of the players and the puck, and it ends this video to where the puck goes to the goal, and you can actually see that the dot is in the goal. So this is the accuracy and real time. So really fast moving objects, you can track them in real time. And yep. Okay, then a couple of, let's say, more serious examples. Healthcare is one of our biggest areas at the moment where our system is used. We're tracking the patients, the doctors, nurses, and all the equipments in the hospitals. And hospitals, they are huge machines. They have like hundreds or thousands moving parts, which everything should be, come together in a certain place at a certain time so that the processes work. And this is what we do. Actually, I can tell you a story about this kind of like comes to the return on investment on our system. One of our customers said that when he saw this system, he said, okay, I want to buy this because he has in his hospital these ultrasound imaging devices, which they cost like 30,000 euros or something like that each. And they get lost. They don't know where they are. They have 5 of those, and they know that, okay, 2 are here, 3 are somewhere else. And where they are in the doctor's rooms. They are hidden behind the curtains because the doctor who's in that room needs that tomorrow. And he sees that on the corridor. Hey, that's the device I'm going to need tomorrow. Tomorrow it's not going to be there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to take it and hide it in my room. So I have it there. So they're basically lost. Of course, 3 other doctors could be using that device in the meantime. So he said that, okay, if I can just, find those devices that's already paying the price tag of the system. Plus, then another example, we have a hospital or client here in Germany who is using our system, and they have been able to analyze what's happening in the hospital, and people are running around and looking for the lost devices. So with this system, you can diminish the nurses. instead of going 1.5 kilometers per day, they go 1.1 kilometers, which saves time, so they can serve 90 patients per day instead of 70. And patients, they don't have to wait for so long and so forth. Then if you go a little bit, let's say, upwards, we're talking about smart buildings. Once you have this system up and running, you have the smart building. So you can, I mean, probably you wouldn't install this system permanently in some space just to make some location-based advertising to customers. But you would use the same system for, I'll show you this one. So you remember this one, this is the business model, but you can turn this also horizontally. So the same system can do marketing, location-based advertising and promotion, but you can also offer indoor navigation and guidance for visitors, customers, and so forth. You can do logistics and maintenance, asset tracking, know where things are. You can do security, control the security cameras, track the security personnel, even do access control. And then, because we are using the Bluetooth low energy radio, it's an open gateway for sensor data from any kind of sensor, so it's really connected to the Internet of Things world. Okay, now we're talking about kind of like permanent installations, but you can use our system also like as a one-off system. If you want to make a quick promotion somewhere, just put a couple of locators up there and make a promotion, and then or collect some data about moving people and so forth, and then take the system away. And this last example here is just about that. So this is our customer in Russia. They saw actually our demo video where we were tracking speed skaters, and they installed our system in an ice rink. That's the video that they saw that kind of like inspired them. Yes, hey, you could draw images on screen by skating, and that's exactly what they did. They just got the idea from the technology, and they put up this promotion where people could skate on the ice rink and draw the images. And of course they had the social media layer, so you could share this with your friends and family, and some kind of a competition who made the funniest picture or whatever. And of course this installation was in last December, up and running for a couple of weeks before Christmas, and it was seen probably by a couple of hundred or maximum 2,000 people were actually using that. But of course what they did, they created this video, and this video is actually kind of like a Happy New Year's video from this Russian beverage company. So this is basically what Red Bull is doing all the time. I mean, they are finding some new technology or new inspiring ways, and they go somewhere in the woods to make some extraordinary things, and they shoot it and they put it in the YouTube. And this video was seen in January. It was seen like over 1 million times in YouTube. So basically the content comes basically from the idea of technology and so forth. So I think that all of these, I hope that this technology could trigger some creative ideas that, okay, what could you really do with this? So basically the question from us to you or to our clients is that, okay, what do you want to track? We can bring you the dot on the map and then build something on top of these ideas. And well, I don't know about your backgrounds. I mean, we have the technology to bring the dot on the map. We're not building the applications and so forth, but we have a large network of partners who can do that. So if you're interested in if you have a location-based idea, you can contact us, and we're happy to bridge contacts to our partners and see if we can, really work together with that. So what we urge you to do is do more with location. That's really because quite a lot of things are possible. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Thank you. So this also means for you guys, tell a bit more about your background when I pass by, and ask a relevant question about location, and then you can get into contact. So who can I give the microphone to first about the presentation? Yes, please.
I'm going to put this one.
Hi, I'm Konstantin. I'm a software developer at Antwerpes. You said if you want to do a promotion action, you can set up the system really quick.
Yep.
How long do you need to calibrate the whole system to get fine results?
I would say altogether, like pulling the cables and putting the system up and calibrating, it would take, well, depending of course of the size of the system. But if we say that, okay, we would cover this room, I would take 3 hours to do that, and that's it.
3 hours.
So
is that fast enough for you?
We use the system in a use case at our company. I would say it's the same time.
Yeah. So basically, it means that, I mean, in this event, we could have come here this morning, put the system up, and we could use it today, and in the evening, just take it down and go away.
Okay. More questions from the audience. Location-based services. This gentleman prepared notes. So what did you write down?
Well, I'm a journalist covering some topics here. What I would like to know is how many locators you needed for this skiing competition.
Skiing competition. It was a video. So there was, I think, 20 around the whole area. Yeah.
And why do you ask?
Because it's interesting how far the range of those locators is. Because I thought you might have maybe needed much more.
Yeah.
So 20 seems to me very, very. So what's the distance you can cover with one locator?
Yeah. In those outdoor applications, we're using our outdoor locator, which is it's 40 times 30 centimeter box. So it has a bit far farther the range, and the range for that is 300 meters. And this is something that is probably new for you guys, because I mean, people typically think that Bluetooth low energy is really like 5 or 10 meters, but we are using this because we are not dependent on the strength of the signal, because it's the direction. So I mean, if I have a light bulb here, it doesn't mean if it's bright or if it's dim, but the direction, as long as you can see it, the direction is still the same.
Yeah, it also costs some time to really think about what is possible.
Yeah.
It seems very easy, but what it could mean for in individual cases is actually far-reaching.
Yeah, and that's basically the. Well, that's, I mean, pros and cons. They're the same thing, that anything is possible, which is great, but anything is possible. It's also a bit, I mean, well, anything. Okay.
Yeah.
It would be much more easier if I said that, okay, something is possible, do this or this.
Yeah.
But if I have a million options for you, it's pretty hard to. So it comes to the point that you first have to have the creative idea. What do you want to track, and then we can probably solve that. And we are doing things for the first time every day. We have a lot of customers. Okay, this has never been done. Yeah, well, let's do it.
Yeah, we have a lot of ideas what you could do with tracking, and we actually had already contact with your company 2 years ago.
Okay.
So my question would be, how did your prices develop? We saw the development of your hardware design, but
yeah.
Pricing is of course something that's killing a lot of use cases.
Yeah. So obviously that's something that what do you compare with it? So, to give you a ballpark, if you buy one of these locators, it's 450 euros. If you buy 100 of those, it's already like somewhere like 300 euros each. And then you have the tags and the software licenses on. But so it's not for free. Like people are used to think that okay, Bluetooth low energy or iBeacons, they are. If you buy iBeacon, you can get it from $20 or something like that.
Yeah, but the accuracy is the problem with typical iBeacon.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I see
exactly.
the quality. So then let me ask, if you would have a permanent tracking system for this room, what would rough price estimate be?
Rough price estimate for tracking this room, I would say, well, if it's a permanent installation, so the staff would be staying here 1, 2, 3, 4,000 euros or something like that.
So your prices came down. Your prices came down very much in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Then we need to talk.
Okay, that's good.
Wow, this is very good.
Good.
Another question.
Hi, my name is Katerina. I'm from Otto Bock, and we have a science center. So we are always curious how our visitors walk through our exhibition. And but I was wondering if you can just track them, or if they have to know it, or write a letter of acceptance or something. I'm not sure if we can or could just track them.
Yeah, so I think it's technical but also legal. So do they have to wear your device? And then the second question is, do they need to sign something before you can track?
Yeah, so our technology always requires active tag. So you have to, we are tracking objects that are transmitting. So you would either have the tag, the physical tag that we have, or you would have to have the application in your phone that is transmitting. So basically, by downloading that application and using that, you would have, of course, I'm accepting all the the 1 kilometer of rules there. But in general, I would say that, of course, in location tracking, there is the question of privacy always comes up. And my personal view to that is that you just have to be open. You can't just try to hide it somewhere that we're actually tracking. You just say that, okay, we're tracking you, and why would they do that? Well, that's the point. You would have to incentivize them. You have to give them something valuable. It's not just that we're tracking you because we're interested about, human behavior. You want to be our kind of like puppet. No, they don't want to do that. But if you give them something valuable, promotions or coupons that can only be accessed by these applications, that's how it goes.
But do you already have examples in Germany where you've implemented the technology and visitors have to sign something, or would this be a first one too?
Our customers do. So we're not taking. I mean, we're just doing the technology, and then our customers who are collecting the data, that's always connected to the database.